All right, y'all. Going live. Make sure my sound is good. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Here we go, y'all. All right. Got a few things to discuss tonight. Man, it is cold and rainy, ice rain out my way. So I've been locked in the house all day. Can't drive anywhere. Can't do anything. It'll be gone by tomorrow though. So I mean it's melting now, but it's just been one of them days. I've been just chilling out. Yeah. So see here, what do we got? What do we got? Got a few things to talk about. I ain't gonna be on here too long. How many times do I say that? I say that every stream now. But let's get started here in about another minute or so. Let a few more people come in, and we can talk about the fight last night. We can talk about some other things going down. A couple fights I want to talk about. Of course, some got to send that local love out. On the underground circuit. Yeah. So let's get a minute and we'll get started here. Yeah, where do we start? We're gonna start at two. No, we'll start at the 3 minute mark. Mm-hmm. Start at this 3 minute mark as soon as I get situated. Okay. Hmm. Here we go. Yeah, what's going on, y'all? Marcus Australia. Yeah, TJ. It's gonna be short. It'll be like 4 hours or 3 hours. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that, Marcus. I mean, I don't know why they're hesitant, really. I mean, you can't force somebody out that's still good in game. That's why I kind of get tired of people saying like Caitlin's no good. I mean, you need her there because I mean, she's proven all these other prospects that they ain't ready. You know what I mean? She's still a test. No matter how good or how bad you think she is, she's there for a reason. But I'm gonna hold that off. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm gonna hold off on that, man, because I don't see the logic in not re-signing her. It's not like she's on a losing streak and she's like a fighter that misses weight. You know what I mean? So she's doing everything right. Seems like you really can't win with fans. Fans either don't like you just because, but when you're doing everything right, you don't have a problem with weight. You're taking on everybody. The only thing that people might not like is your style. I mean, what else do you want from her? You know what I mean? What else do you want from Caitlin? Really? I mean, she's fighting. She's taking on everybody. She's never missing weight. She's never been popped, right? I mean, she's not knocking people out or not finishing them. But I mean, hey, that's a whole different thing. That just goes by your taste. Then you know what I mean. But yeah, let's get into this, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Got about 10 people. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Because it helps the notifications go out. You know how it goes. So yeah, what's going on, y'all? I'll be back again, back with another live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna do about an hour. I'll do about an hour this time. Give me till 8:30 or less because there's really not a great deal to talk about because I already talked about Invicta a little bit. There's a couple of things I want to go back on the Invicta card and talk about, but I'll probably wait. Um, I didn't get a chance to watch the PAW. Was it PAWFC card? I missed out on that. I got to go back and watch it, and then we'll talk about that. Sarah Kaufman, her fight got canceled on that card, so that really didn't give me the motivation to. I mean, I still want to watch it because it's all women's card, but I still have to, I got to go back and watch it. I just got to go back and watch it because I was busy yesterday. But yeah, Sarah Kaufman, her fight was canceled yesterday because her opponent didn't get her passport and her visa issues. Excuse me, didn't get her visa issues all straightened out. So there's an issue there. Of course, there's always issues with that. Um, what else did I watch? Yeah, I watched Dynasty Combat Sports. Jozette Cotton and Latoya Walker turned out to be a good fight. Let's talk about that fight first. Shout out to both of these ladies. It was a good fight. It was a banger. I mean, y'all probably have to go pull it up on Dynasty. It was one of these pay-per-view cards. It was like $20. So I dished out $20, $25 and pulled it up. Of course it's like a local card, so it wasn't like the best quality, it wasn't like the greatest camera angles, anything like that, but you could see the fight. They gave you a lot of fights that night. There was a lot of amateur fights, a few pro fights, some wrestling matches too. So um it was an entertaining card. I just had it playing in the background. And I did get a chance to really focus on their fight though. Josette Cotton, after 3 years off, she looks sharp. I mean, I'd like to see her get it, trimmed down, to a good weight where she could come back to lightweight. But I mean, her boxing skills is on point. I mean, she can go in there and jab you to death, and she can be in and out. She can throw head kicks. She can move pretty. She's pretty light on her feet. Josette Cotton is light on her feet. She's pretty athletic. So I'd like to see her get to that point where she can really get back into, you know, um, like PFL shape. You know what I mean? Because she was in there working. Yeah. Toya Walker, she was banging as well. This was like a good striking match. I think that Cotton, she stayed up. I think she just stayed up one level above Walker the majority of the fight though. I think Latoya Walker really uh didn't come with anything besides the 1-2, and she should have been looking for takedowns. But Cotton, she's quick. She's quick with the angles. Good jab, like I said, just fighting at a good range and just making the fight awkward. Like I said, throwing kicks and just in and out banging, and then she pretty much owned the first round. The second round was closer, where they were throwing toe to toe. Then the third round, Josette Cotton just switched it up, and then boom, hit her with that takedown and showed that versatility there. She got the back, locked in a good choke, and she was hurting Walker with some shots, and she got her out of there. So yeah, shout out to the number one head buster. I mean, that was a good action packed fight. I hope she can stay consistent now. This was a comeback after 3 years off. She was supposed to fight Kayla Harrison in a rematch, but that didn't go her way. That fight didn't get made. So another year went by, but she did well. I think she did well. I think it just comes down to staying committed and just getting people, getting organizations to uh, put her on more cards. So yeah, entertaining. Like I said, we had Invicta. Still got to go back and watch PAWFC, see how that card went. But let's go ahead and jump into this UFC flyweight division. All right. I'm not really gonna say I told you so on this one because a lot of people. I know Stray out there. He was like talking down on. He was talking down on Caitlin's IQ. He thought that Jennifer Maia was gonna do the unthinkable and switch this whole thing up to a body punching festival. You know what I mean? But nah, man. There, there's there was just one thing that I've been seeing that Jennifer Maia never does in a fight where I just couldn't pick her. You know what I mean? Like Jennifer Maia has a lot of good tools. Jennifer Maia has a lot of good tools about her, but there's still like a couple things that are holding her back, and then it's that lack of IQ and execution. And I know styles make fights, but there was something about the performance in the Jessica I fight that made me say it's really going to be tough to see her go to that level and challenge Valentina again. You know why? Because it wasn't like Jessica I's style that was disrupting her. It was what Jennifer Maia had in her that was disrupting herself, if that makes sense. Like Jennifer Maia had many openings in the Jessica I fight, same as this fight, but she never takes them. Like there wasn't anything that Jessica I was really doing to me that was getting respect of Jennifer Maia. It was like Jennifer Maia's choice to kind of sit back and not pull the trigger. Same as this fight, you know? It was the same as this fight here. That's why when I saw this fight, I was like, okay, let me watch the first fight again. Everything Caitlin Chookagian is doing is just everything she does is just something that disrupts the rhythm of a fighter that doesn't commit. You know, high work rate, awkward style. Just committed to what her strength is, and you let her get comfortable. See Valentina, she was the one that she's the one that has everything covered. Valentina's not going to stand there. Valentina's going to break you down any way she can, any form and fashion, whether it's on the ground or on the feet. And that's what separates her from these other fighters. That's why I say, like, you can't just say it's time to get rid of some of these fighters, because they still they still bring a lot of tests to these other fighters. Like, if you keep saying, oh, it's time for Caitlin to retire. No, it's not, because she's still a test for Manon. She's still a test for Santos. She's a test for Aaron. She's a test for Miranda. Come on. You know what I mean? Like, the day she starts getting her behind beat, like Roxanne, and she falls down the ladder, that's when it's time to go. That's when I say weed them out, right? Like, we play weed them out season with Roxanne, Jessica I, and look, I'm a fan of JoJo over all of them, but it's time even for her to go, because I don't want to see her get hurt, right? But when it comes to somebody like Caitlin still holding down this number 2 spot, hey, you can't get mad at her. You can't get mad at her, because Jennifer Maia had every opportunity in this fight. She had every opportunity. The number one opportunity is that she faced her before. Okay. So everybody was telling me Jennifer Maia gonna come in there and do this. I was like, yeah, okay, she could do that. All she got to do is watch the first tape and believe in her skills and her strength. But there was still something about me that was just saying, I don't know if she does that. Like, because she fell short against, I'm gonna say, even the I fight. Like Daniel Edwards said, I thought I beat Maia, honestly. Yeah, I can argue that. I can argue that, because a lot of people thought Jessica I won that fight, and I can see it, But it really just comes down to her lack of IQ. And I'm gonna bring this up too. Gotta bring this up. I was talking to somebody in the chat, Marcus. Who was I talking to? Cedric C. Okay, so people thought Caitlin Chookagian was overlooking Maia. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything that Caitlin did to overlook Maia. She never said she was. I'll tell you who was getting overlooked. Chookagian was getting overlooked. You know why? Because Jennifer Maia was already talking about this Valentina rematch, right? Who was talking about that rematch? Jennifer Maia. She jumped ahead and said, hey, if I win this fight, I deserve this rematch. I was one of the only people that gave Valentina this quote unquote hard fight. I lasted this long with her. But hey, Liz Carmouche lasted 5. Joanna lasted 5. It's about going in there, proving yourself in the first fight, and then making Dana White and Mick Maynard say, okay, this person deserves that, because they put it down. They went in there, executed. Let's give it to her, right? Let me check these comments here real quick. Y'all got some comments in here. Hold on. Straight said I wasn't hating on Chookagian's IQ. I said she didn't need to use any, because Maia is a. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. I mean, Chookagian did use her IQ. I mean, she said, okay, this is what disrupts her. This is what I'm gonna do. Front kicks to the body, angles, 1-2, double jab. I'm gonna be unpredictable. I'm gonna take her down in the first round. Use a little bit of my wrestling. um, expose her mistakes, get on her back in the third round. Yeah, she used her IQ. It's just the fact that Maia doesn't execute. You know, if you didn't use your IQ, then Maya probably would knock you out. Like if you went in a straight beeline the way Maya fights, Maya would probably win because Maya is the harder puncher here. Maya did put some smudges under Caitlin's eyes, right? Both eyes, but she couldn't capitalize. That's why I was like, I wasn't getting pissed. I was just like frustrated when I seen Maya landing these beautiful right hands and putting some cuts under Caitlin Chookagian's eyes, and she was not capitalizing. Like when she closed distance, her right hand landed. I remember in the third round, she hit Caitlin with a good right hand. And I believe if she did that a few more times, she probably could have knocked Caitlin out. But what does she do? Keep going straight in. And this is where the IQ comes in, Straya. When Jennifer Maia keeps coming straight in, what does she do? She adds knees. She throws that knee up, knees are right in the body into the chest, and she goes flying back. She starts throwing them front push kicks in, knocking her off balance, right? So she's mixing it up on her. And she thinks the kick is coming. No, I'm gonna throw this knee to her body and knock her back. So that was just a fighter that fights off of smarts here. And I know it might make it sound like, oh, I'm riding this Caitlin train. No, I'm just trying to give credit where credit is due because so many people are putting her style down or saying she needs to go when it's not her that needs to go. Anybody that loses to Caitlin needs to go and go back and work and think about what their purpose is here. If you can't beat her and you can't find a way to win, I think it's time for y'all to say, oh, I got to reassess what type of fighter I am. All right, hang on here real quick. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button too. I got like 15 people in here. While this moment said Maya hasn't evolved and Caitlin easily figured her out. Unfortunately, Maya doesn't know how to change things up mid-fight. No. BJ, what's going on? He said both brung it. Yeah, man, they both brung it. It was a good fight. I think it was better than the first one. It was 30-27, but I think it was better than the first one. He said, nah, it ain't time for Caitlin to go. She just need to be confident. Never Valentina. Yeah. I still don't think she can take Valentina 5 or beat Valentina, of course, but I think that I definitely don't think it's time for her to go. And I would give her a chance in the Andrade fight. Andrade just landed a better body shot. I actually picked Caitlin to win the first time. Thought she was going to use her reach, Just checking comments here. Let me see. Chookagian don't want that Andrade smoke. I think she would take Andrade. I mean, she fought her. I mean, she took her the first time. I mean, her reputation is out there. Everybody knows who Andrade is. I think if you took her the first time, I don't really think you'd be scared to fight her again. Not much really came of the first fight except that one hard body shot. I think Rose had more of the traumatizing experience, getting dropped on your head. He said, I bet you 1,000 would take the rematch. Oh, yeah. I think she would. Because I want to talk about that too. I'm going to bring up something about Caitlin taking a Valentina rematch here in a minute. While this moment said the Valentina curse, yeah. Let me see, Nabash, what's going on? Yeah, Chookagian ain't scared. Nabash said, I want to see Caitlin get another title shot. If she doesn't make Chookagian versus Joanna. Oh, that would be good. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yeah, Whaley can fight the winner of Waterson Ebos instead. Yeah, switch it up. That's what I'm saying. Switch it up. Make Joanna go to 125. Think she would look better at that weight. Yeah, Chookagian, Joanna. Stray said Chookagian might be at Bellator or PFL soon. I don't see why. I mean, if the contract doesn't get signed, I mean, that's kind of their mistake if they don't keep her. While it's most, I can't wait for Maia to go to the body. The frustration. Yeah, and I want to bring that up too real quick. The body punching, I've never really seen Jennifer Maia change that up overnight. That's why I didn't really depend on that. I didn't really think that was going to be a change, I was like, I never really seen her. I see her box She has basic boxing, but she doesn't really use angles and she doesn't really switch levels. Like if you look at Rocky Pennington, she's hitting the body, she's going upstairs. Even Manon goes to the body. Um, Irene Aldana, she goes to the body as a boxer. So I can't really say that Maia's boxing skills, now that I really, really, really look at it, are really like top level. She's got hands, but Jennifer Maia's boxing is not really like top level. It's not like Aldana, Grasso, GDR, Joanna, Valentina. Maia's boxing is not that level. I mean, because many fighters, if they see the body is there for the taking, or if somebody's weak to the body, then they should go to the body. They would attack. Even Jessica Andrade goes to the body. You know, Jessica Andrade goes to the body. But Jennifer Maia just kind of showed us that she's not really a body puncher. Even before that, that's why I said I don't really think that's going to be a key to victory. It's going to be a key to victory, but she's not going to use it. That's why I understand your frustration. Zama said Chookagian is terrible for the division. UFC is scared she'll derail every contender. They will cut her. I see what you're saying there. I know what you mean. I know what you mean there, because like she's kind of like, she's not a boogie woman. In a way, she kind of is. If y'all are familiar with boxing, she's kind of like the Chris Bird of boxing, where he can go in there and make everybody look bad with just pure skills. And if you want to make money as a division, you would probably not want that type of fighter around, because it's going to make your more entertaining fighters look bad. I know that sounds harsh, because I'm all about skills. I love skills. I would keep her. I say sign her again. But if you're looking like a political standpoint, entertaining standpoint, they'll be like, oh snap, she might derail Taylor Santos, or she might derail Manon or something like that because of her skills, you know? And they'd be like, oh man, she already fought the champion. We know she can't beat the champion. So she's kind of in that between the rock and the hard place right now. So that would be crazy. Like if they got rid of her because they felt like nobody could beat her. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that's what kind of upsets a lot of people about Caitlyn anyways, regardless. They're kind of like, man, like, why is she still here? I'm tired of her style. Well, I'm like, well, maybe one of your favorite fighters needs to step it up and beat her. You know what I mean? I said, hey, Joanne, I thought she did enough to beat her like a couple years ago, but it wasn't enough. I thought Vivian Arua was going to go in there and do it, but it wasn't enough. Andrade was the only one to do it. It would take at least 2 or 3 more times for somebody to do it, and I think they would cut her. Then she'd probably retire. Yeah, BJ, Maia never attacks the body. Never. BJ said, I don't think they get rid of her if she's winning. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't renegotiated a contract yet, though. You said she did what she always does. Well, she actually showed some better levels too. You know what I mean? She was taking the fight to the ground. Showing that how she could nullify that wrestling. So if it is always what you do, it's time for somebody to stop it, right? As long as they keep doing what they do and nothing more, nothing less, you stay in that spot. BJ said, why is everyone saying Caitlyn's going to leave? Why and how would she leave if she's winning the top of the division? What are y'all talking? I know, man. Like, the only way, BJ, I'd say she does leave is if the UFC didn't sign her, which would be stupid, But it kind of goes like what Zaman said. It's kind of like a situation where they start blacklisting people, or they start blacklisting certain type of fighters because they don't want to have that type of style mess up certain contenders, Like I could see that being done. That's the only way they would do it. It would be something crazy like that. but they really don't have a leg to stand on to not re-sign her, right? They really don't have a leg not to stand on to re-sign her, because she's winning, she's making weight, she's fighting. She says she'll fight everybody in the top 10, 15, you know? Marcus said, I don't think Caitlyn needs to go out. I don't think Caitlyn needs to go, but as of right now, that's what it's looking like. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. But yeah, I don't. I think the contract might come down the line because I think people might actually kind of go to bat for her on this. Robot Chicken said, "Do you think Caitlyn would have got a new contract if she finished Maia?" That's a good question. But the thing is, usually negotiation starts before the first fight, or before the last fight, Robot Chicken. Like usually, like when known situation in who's the other fighter? Randa, even like Randa Marcos, like when she was fighting her last fight, she pretty much knew that was it. But for Manon, they actually signed on a new contract in the midst of before her last fight on the first contract, you know. So usually they start doing the negotiations and they already come up with a new contract. So that's kind of weird why they didn't do that for her. So I don't know if it's the fact that she didn't finish her, but maybe like the prior fighters, like maybe because she didn't finish her prior opponents. Like this wouldn't even be a discussion if she was knocking people out. You got to look at that part too. Like if she was knocking people out before, then maybe this wouldn't even be a discussion. She would be signed on, right? And that's what I was telling. I was telling BJ that the other night. I was like, if she had a little bit more power, she would probably be she'd probably be beating a lot of fighters. She probably would have, gave Valentina a better fight. Because even the head kick she kind of stunned Jennifer Maia with, that could have did more damage if she committed. So I don't know, man. Like, seemed like they would have did negotiations like as soon as her last fight came in before she actually stepped into the octagon like they usually do. The boss said Caitlyn's post-fight interview has more view than all other post interviews. I hope that convinces the UFC to re-sign her. You're right, right. Straight said, when I think of high fight IQ, I think of Valentina. Caitlyn ain't even close to that level. She's just good at what she does. Well, I think you're missing my point again here, Australia, but I'm not saying high fight IQ. I'm saying fight IQ, period. Fight IQ, period. Caitlyn still has an IQ, whether you feel like she does what she does. It takes an IQ to say, this is what I need to do and get it done, you know? Like, of course, Valentina has high fight IQ, but you cannot say Caitlyn doesn't have fight IQ. I'm still going to say Caitlyn has good IQ. One just has more than the other, but one still has it. Jennifer Maia lacks that, right? We know Valentina's IQ is off the charts compared to these other flyweights, but to say Caitlyn's not using her fight IQ, then that's just, that's just not going to take for me. It's not just that she's good at what she does; she knows how to use it. She knows how to use it in every circumstance and in these fights. And then you got the period, got the points when styles just make fights and one just can't match against the other, Still takes IQ to win. That's what I'm saying. Like these fighters have IQ. I mean, one just has the superior intelligence, which is Valentina Shevchenko. James G, what's going on? Marcus said, by the way, about Caitlyn at this moment, Caitlyn is a free agent. Yeah, Caitlyn's a free agent right now. I mean, that's what we're going to talk about next. As of right now, she's a free agent, y'all. If she went to PFL, I would not want to see that because I couldn't see her at 155. I could not see her at 155. Let me see. Bellator. I can see her beating Juliana Velasquez. I can see her beating Juliana Velasquez. You know why? Because her activity. And again, her IQ. Her IQ would come into play. You know? I mean, what do you think about that, BJ? I know BJ, like I said, he probably gonna like I said that because Juliana Velasquez might get beat by. She might get beaten out work by somebody like Caitlin Chookagian. If she went to Bellator, I think she could beat Alima Lay McFarlane. The one style that would be tricky for her would be Denise Gilholtz, though. When she's dealing with that type of short, compact power fighter, somebody that commits, and that's a great kickboxer, a kickboxing champion, that might be a problem for her. And if you can't hurt Denise Gilholtz, ooh man, that's the only problem style I think that would be there for her. But everybody else that keeps sitting back waiting, oh, she gonna work you. Straight said Maia made the same mistake Arujo did, headhunted all the fight. Doesn't work against Chookagian. Nope, sure don't, man. And if you gonna go to that body of them legs, and y'all saw that. Jennifer Maia landed some good calf kicks in the first round. That kind of stopped Chookagian in her tracks. But she didn't commit to it. She threw the 1-2. She needed to be throwing 1-2 calf kick, 1-2 calf kick. But she would throw one single right hand, maybe throw a 1-2 every now and then, throw a hard like calf kick in the first couple rounds, and that was it. Like she wasn't putting these shots together. So that's where the IQ didn't come into play again, man. Let's see. I know I got a lot of people in this chat, but not many people hit the like button. I mean, what's up with the stream today? Got like 20 people in here. I don't know if they're not like the thumbs ups are not going through, but like I said, if you don't, notifications don't really go out. So yeah, I got like 20 people, only 4 likes. Dang, man. And I got more people in the chat, so I know most of y'all ain't hitting it. What's up with that? Either they taking away likes or y'all just ain't hitting it this time. I mean, maybe because is it because I'm giving Caitlin props? And because I knew she would win the fight, I'm like, dang. So you can't see dislikes anymore. So I think everybody hitting dislike on me today. Yeah, I was like, wow, ain't nobody hitting the like today. I was like, yeah, 20 people come in and nobody want to hit the like today. I mean, I know y'all mad Chookagian didn't win the fight, but damn. Like I said, I always talk facts over here, man. I'm just speaking what's real. I can't make it up, man. Because like I said, okay, 4 likes and like a lot of people in the chat. I was like, okay, I see how y'all doing to me today. And then the next day, somebody will say, well, I didn't know you went live. I'll be like, well, they don't notify. They take my subscribers and everything. So, I mean, I know I don't be acting up and stuff. So I know people like it when I want somebody to act up. But I'm just chilling, man. All right, let's go back to it though. Anyways, I just like to talk about this fight game anyway, so I'm gonna just keep doing what I do. James G said Maia versus Andrade 2 makes sense right now. Actually, Chookagian, that would be a good fight though. But I wouldn't give Maia another top rank opponent. She need to be, I ain't trying to be harsh, but she need to be kind of punished. You know how it is. Like in a fight game, when you disappoint, it's time to go back to work. Like you got to go back. You lose to a top level fighter, got to fight down. I think Chookagian and Andrade would be good. Like let's give her another chance. Chookagian was starting to sit down her shots a little bit more. The boss said, who did Chookagian really derail other than Arujo? Jennifer Maia was not exactly a prospect on the come up. Well, Jennifer Maia was in that talks. I mean, who did she derail? But she beat a lot of fighters in that top 10. You know, she stopped a lot of fighters from getting to the belt, you know. Jennifer Maia, you know, everybody was thinking high. They was picking her in this fight. You know, she's got a good resume. So I'm not going to downplay Jennifer Maia and say she's, you know, she's not even a prospect. She's a contender. She's got a lot of good tools about her, but it came down to her not being able to beat her. Oh, Mark Robinson, he taking it there. He said he thinks she beats all contenders. And Mark Robinson said she beats Taylor and Manon. Ooh, I don't know, man. You know, as a fan of Manon, I'm gonna say, like, I'm gonna be real, like, I'm gonna say she has to be on her game. This can't be a fight where you think you're gonna win it by going through the motions. Believe me, if Manon gets a fight with Caitlin, I would be worried because this is gonna be a stand-up fight, and we know it's gonna be like cardio versus cardio. Like, whose cardio is better? Who gets off first? And who can get in and get out? That's what it's really going to come down to if Manon and Caitlin fight. It's going to be Caitlin's push kick versus Manon's side kick. You know, so that sounds like a good fight. But it's very dangerous for Manon because Caitlin's doing this on the high level right now. I think it really depends on what Manon looks like in this Jessica Eye fight. If she goes in there, makes her presence known, and dominates and stops her, then that's definitely going to make me say, okay, Manon is much more committed. She's technically sound, and she could go in there and get it done. But it's just that trickiness of Caitlin that throws a lot of people off. Wild Smokes, I hope she's signed again. She has great skills that can't be denied, but she has been beaten, and that comes down to styles. Right. Yeah. James D said, I think if Chookagian fights like she did last night, her fights would be more entertaining. Yeah, she did, man. I'm glad you brought that up because I almost forgot. James G, yeah, she sat down on her punches a little bit more. You know, she sat down on her shots a little bit more and were really committed to her right hand in this fight and her double jab. Robot checks I don't Mark Robinson thinks he's beating a lot of fighters that are one dimension with bad cardio. This new blood is more well rounded. It's honestly, I think Chookagian's a hard matchup for Taylor. Even Fury wouldn't look good. She's a parasite for the division at this point. Yeah. Yeah. I know what you mean. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Dana wants something clear cut. He wants something entertaining. He don't want somebody that can latch on and just suck these fighters dry. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's why parasites. You know, you ever see how they do? They latch on to the shark or whatever. I'm not saying she's like a leecher, like in that way of like a crooked person, but no, like Caitlyn knows how to latch on and just like drain you of your abilities when you fight her. BJ says it's all good. Casey's on the come up. And Casey's another one. Casey's not gonna beat Caitlyn. BJ, you said put 1,000 earlier. I'm putting 1,000 on. I put 1,000 on Caitlyn to beat Casey O'Neill. I put 1,000 on that for real. Yeah, maybe accuracy. Yeah, probably accuracy, BJ. But I might have to do a video talking about the matchup of Caitlyn and Manon, man. Yeah. I just got a message from BJ. He said, behind on these comments. Well, yeah, I'm behind because there's a lot of them. So I'm just kind of reading through them today. Yeah, Stray said, I agree. Chookagian has good IQ, but she doesn't have high IQ. Good. We can agree on that. And that's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to convince you and other people that she has good fighter IQ. We can't deny her good fighter IQ. Yeah, she's like Tim Duncan. She just gets the job done, man. That's all. BJ said Caitlyn beats Juliana Velasquez, not McFarlane. Oh yeah, yeah, she beat both of them. Yeah. James G said, no, no, no. Caitlyn Chookagian is not 5'11". They always list her at 5'8". Yeah, I thought they always list her at 5'8". Yeah, yeah. I'm just skimming BJ, so I might be a little behind, but hey. Wow, the smoke said number 4. Oh, she was number 4. Okay. So you're number 4 up there with number 4 to hit the like. So you're number 4 with Jennifer Maia in the rankings. Okay. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go. Okay. Robot Chicks, I agree straight. She has high IQ to remain number 2. Yeah. Yeah, like she don't have That's my point. Like she doesn't have Valentina's high IQ, but she still has a high IQ for the division. A lot of haters in the chat. Caitlyn K. All right, I'm about to skim through here. Okay, Larry, what's going on? He said Caitlyn isn't a bad fighter. Everybody just measures her against Andrade and Bullet. Maya's no slouch, but she needs to bring it all together. Yeah, see, I'm not measuring her against like the champion at this point. I just measure her on what she can do against other fighters and how she carries herself. That's why I say, you know, um, I can measure her on what type of fighter she is because I already know what Valentina is. I think we all know what she is. Even if you just measure her alone and not against other fighters, you already pretty much know she's going to win. Yeah, BJ, I know you love to act up. Like, yeah. Okay, BJ says stop talking crazy in these comments, y'all. What else did y'all say was crazy? I mean, some people make some good points, yeah. So I was just kind of reading through it. Y'all bringing up some good points because for a boring fighter, I definitely got y'all discussing her, man, because it's like I said, man, like she brings a level of a test to everybody. Caitlyn is gonna if Caitlyn was not good, then she would be gone. But if what she does gives some of these fighters problems, like Nabasha brought up earlier, he said the only fighter she really derailed was Vivian Arujo. But I mean, really, I mean, she stopped a lot of these other fighters from getting their shot. She made a lot of these fighters look bad, and I mean, that's enough to hold down her spot. I mean, one of the fighters that wanted to come into the division that moved up was Calvillo, right? She beat Calvillo. She beat again, okay, Arujo. Um, she beat Shevchenko. Antonina Shevchenko beat JoJo, beat Maia before, beat Alexis Davis, beat Barella. That was somebody that even Taylor Santos couldn't get as a solid win on her resume. Beat Lauren Murphy before. She can fight at 135. So let me kind of scratch what I said earlier. I think her IQ was high because she could fight at 135 too. Beat Irene Aldana. That stands for something. Yeah, yeah. Might not be, the dominant Ronda Rousey record, but there's a lot of good names on there. But like I'm saying, yeah, she's going to be a test though. She's going to be a test for these fighters out here that want to come up. I know there's a lot of well-roundedness. Be just what about Caitlyn's front kick? Uh, what about it? Oh, yeah, I brought that up a minute ago. I was talking about her front kick, how it's very it could be very much a weapon against Manon. Like it's gonna be whoever gets it off first. Straight keep on about this body work. He said that Manon's sidekick to the body will stop Chookagian like Andrade did. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's going to be. It has to be in the right spot. Them body shots. They come. They sometimes they like lightning, man. They only strike once in the same place. They strike you that one time and that's it. Like devastating body punches. They don't even get to knock out all the time. They break you down, but every now and then you'll hit that sweet spot to the liver. Like Melissa Gatto, I'm not going to think of her as like this devastating body finisher yet. She just hit Sarge in the right place. You know, Andrade is just that freak with power, and she took the butcher knife to her body. Um, this is the only time Chookagian's been really stopped to the body, so I really can't say. I can't say she has a glass core. Chookagian may not have like the strongest core, but it's not like complete glass because I think that shot would have stopped anybody. Now, Manon's sidekick could very well break her down, but to think that everybody gonna just knock her out to the body, man, it's not. I don't think it's gonna happen like that. V. Kendra said, "Did you watch the main event?" Yeah, I did watch the main event. That was a good fight. That was a good bloody fight. I'm just pulling something up here while I was reading through the chat as well. Brian said Taylor beats Chookagian by submission or TKO. Manon outworks Chookagian. That's how they win. Not saying they will. Because Andrade has been doing body shots forever, and not a lot of girls focus on body punches. Exactly. That's all I'm saying. I agree with that. Andrade does go to the body. She went to she did go to Tisha Torres' body a little bit, I think. She went to what is her name? Claudia's body. And of course, she went to Rose's body. She's known for that body work. These other girls, they don't really go to it. The ones I named earlier, they do. But Jennifer Maia's one that's not just going to change overnight on that. Yeah, Marcus. Caitlin was going low and high. She was jab upstairs. Body head. It was body head. She was going everywhere. She was hitting both. But let's see what else is going on in this flyweight division. Let's talk about it though. Like we have a lot of fights being canceled. I know. Poliana's fight was canceled. Poliana Jinyu Kim is rescheduled for next month against Priscilla Cachoeira. That's just another entertaining fight. That's not really like a fight, but on the on a high elite level, but it should be entertaining. But let's talk about this evolving, man. Like some of these fighters that they just don't get it, man. They just don't get it. Even when they had a first fight with somebody, they're not trying to change their style up. We have like Jennifer Maia, the perfect example. Just going through the motions. Like what I saw her trying to do, I was like, this doesn't look like anybody that's ready to fight Valentina a second time, right? This doesn't look like somebody that's evolved or improved. That's why when I was reading a couple of these interviews before her fight, she was already feeling like, oh, I got better, I improved, I'm ready for Valentina. When she only beat, let's see, how many fighters did she beat after Valentina? That's Jessica I, right? That's not enough work or improvement. That's not like Robert Whitaker, going in there and on a 3-fight win streak to improve against Izzy. Yeah, she only had one fight in between. So I think she was just kind of feeling herself and, everybody giving her props, which is good. It's cool to give a person props, but and give her respect for taking the challenge. But I don't think she had did a great deal in between the first fight with the champion to the Jessica I fight. Because again, people think Jessica I won that fight. There's an argument that could be made. So with that, man, you have to look at this game right now. You have to look like the fighters that start going through the motions and just bringing the same game plan. Those are the fighters that need to go. That that aren't changing and they're losing. Those are the ones that need to go. I don't say she needs to be cut, but I mean she needs to start fighting down, and you start putting them prospects in there with her, and that's where you test her. And if she starts losing and losing and losing, then it's time to be cut. Robot Chicken said, "I'm on Hanson." Oh, you a fan of Kay Hanson? Oh, in the Jasmine fight, um, Jasmine get hit a lot. Jasmine get hit a lot, so I don't know, man. It might be a tough one to call, but I think Kay Hanson got more experience. Nabash, she's fighting at flyweight now because I think she has some like health issues. She has some health issues. She always fought it. She fought both weights. She Invictus, she fought at strawweight and flyweight, but she's had some health issues recently. That's why she can't fight at 115 anymore. From my understanding, that she was talking about it in a recent interview. So I was like, okay, yeah, because yeah, she did both weights at one. She did both weights in Invicta, but now she can't. Like I said, from my understanding, when she said she can't make 115 anymore because of some health issues she had. So you'll probably see Kay Hansen staying at 125 for now, from now on. Um, Australia said, when do you replace Maverick with Gatto in your quadruple threat? Well, when Gatto gets another fight and she looks good and wins, probably. But until then, I mean, off of 2 wins, I'm not putting her in there yet. I know I put Aaron in there, but that's different. uh, I know Aaron has 2 wins as well, but that's different for right now. I know I'm being harsh on Gatto, but hey, I just I'm just I'm like that sometimes. So I think Aaron's got more of a resume that I'm kind of building off of. That's why I put her in there first. You know, off of what I've seen her doing in Invicta, then of her 2 wins here in the UFC. Um, Gatto, she got a stoppage, but over Leonardo, but Leonardo's arm was broke. The Sarge fight, that's a lot of weight now. That's a lot of good. That holds a lot of weight. But she had been out for like 3 years getting pops, so I got to see her activity again. But the minute she go in there and stop somebody like Lipsky or Agapova, oh yeah, I'm putting her in there. Yeah, she go in there and beat somebody like Agapova or somebody like that, or JJ Aldridge. I know JJ Aldridge lines up to fight Lipsky, but she take one of them girls out, then yeah, we'll put her in there. James D said, who y'all got this weekend? I think and new for Gone and still for Marino. Mm, I I'm kind of leaning towards Cyril Gane, man. I think his athleticism is just crazy for the heavyweight division, man. Give me a couple days. I have to think on that. But I am kind of leaning towards Marino. I think Marino kind of broke Figueiredo. Um, I won't say broke him, but I see a little bit of I just see something in him where he kind of lost it a little bit. That's just me. Maybe it was just kind of looking back at those playbacks though. Yeah, Maverick is staying in it for now, man. For good reason. Marcus said I wouldn't replace Maverick with Gato. However, she's one of the girls that could possibly be in the rankings once those rankings start to fluctuate again. Yeah. Even then, I'm not going to put her in there yet. Like if somebody leaves just because of if the division gets shifted because somebody just gets put out, like if Roxy goes and she just shifts in, I'm still not going to put her in there yet. I still just want to see one more win. MMA Art said Chookagian is to Shevchenko, is to Tate, is to Rousey, always second best. Pretty much, yeah. V. Kendra said Blanchfield couldn't even finish Sarah Alpar. Sarah Alpar is a big fighter. Sarah Alpar is a bantamweight. You know, I mean, she dominated it though. It's not about the finish. I mean, it's about how you do it. I mean, it's about you getting a W and just being dominant. Like, not everybody's gonna get finished, especially if you fight a girl that's just naturally bigger than you. Ravioli said Agapova beat Mazo up. She looked pretty good too. Who's Mazo fighting next? Mazo has a fight lined up, right? Marcus, you know who's that is? Marcus, you know who's fighting. Who's Mazo fighting next? I can't think right now. The boss said Melissa Gatto looks so much better in her UFC debut than she did in her regional fights, and in the Eubanks fight, she looked way better in her debut. Yeah, Fiddy's looking good in his pictures. I've seen him. We'll see how he looks in there mentally. Um, yeah, let's look at the flyweight division. Like this next part, I want to just discuss before I get out of here. Who whose time is up right now? Like, who do we see getting weeded out anyways in this division? Because we want to see some new blood. But that's my thing too. As bad as we want to see new blood in the division, yeah, Mandy Bohm. Yeah, that's who she fight. Yeah, Mazo's fight Mandy Bohm next. Okay, so as bad as we want to see new blood, we want to see proven new blood, right? That's why I'm not really in a rush to say so and so needs to go. Some fighters, yeah, they need to go that are just on the downside and maybe, a hazard to themselves. But when you have certain fighters like that are still fighting at a high level, they have to stay because they have to test the new blood. All right. Like the new blood, believe me, I want them to get to the top, but they still have to be tested. You know, Santos is already there, but Blanchfield got to be tested. Miranda, she got to be tested. She got to get back into the rankings first. Benone still has to be tested against, I coming up. If she can retire I, then, a couple more fights, maybe we'll see her in there with the title shot. But they still have to go through these certain fighters that have been there longer and are still looking good. Hence Chookagian, even Lauren Murphy. Lauren Murphy got, beat by the champion, but she could still very much beat some of these other fighters. And that's what I want to talk about too. Tate versus Murphy. Me and BJ, we're gonna probably be sparring about this one, man, because I'm kind of leaning towards Lauren Murphy. I'm kind of leaning towards Lauren Murphy. I know what BJ got to say about that, but I'm kind of leaning towards Lauren Murphy. I mean, what happened in that Shevchenko fight happens to everybody, but Lauren is still a fighter. I think she still has a high skill set that is made for the 125-pound division. And, she's comfortable at this division. She's been here longer. And Lauren Murphy going to have to take advantage of that. I'm giving Tate props that she want to go down and see what she can do. Okay, I'm cool with that. Misha Tate want to move down, fight. She want to fight for that title eventually, but um, I'm looking at the weight here, and I'm looking at the size of Murphy and what Murphy does with them hands. Man, this is Murphy's chance to, put them, put them, put them hands on her. Got to put them hands on her. I see Misha Tate putting a target on her back. She really is, man. Like she just out here talking. I mean, you don't get look, you really don't get paid to keep on speaking your mind in certain situations. I mean, there's a time for everything. There's a time to speak up about certain things and voice your opinion. But when there's something that's not affecting you or your people or people around you, then you don't really need to talk. Because right now, she's kind of making herself like a Karen a little bit in a lot of people's eyes. That's the vibe I'm kind of getting. Like a lot of people are kind of getting that Karen vibe from her. Whether it's Aspen Ladd or it's the OnlyFans situation. You know, um, I know Avila, she kind of came back at her. I'm not really going to go into all of that, because like I said, that's not really the fight game. Tay just needs to keep quiet about certain things and just focus on fighting. In a way, she's just kind of putting the target on her back when it ain't even coming to fighting, you know? Yeah, James G said, Tay gets pieced up. LV Kendra said, yeah, Chookagian actually called out Tay. Yeah, she did. Yeah, I think she would put that work on her too. Because you got to remember, Caitlin, she's big flyweight. She's fought at bantamweight too. Her hands are better. Her defense is better. Her movement is better. MMA artist said Lauren is kind of slow and awkward. Misha's a better athlete, has a wrestling advantage. I think takes over. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Um, but then you got to factor in Misha Tate's defense and Lauren Murphy's boxing. Like Lauren, all Lauren has to do is really get off a couple of good 1-2s and start busting the nose up. When she starts busting the face up, she can get good clinch control because once you start opening that nose up and that face, it's going to kind of throw her off her game. People talk how slow Murphy is. I mean, Murphy's slow, but how fast is Misha? Like, is Misha that fast where she'll give Murphy trouble though? Murphy puts combinations together. Lauren Murphy puts combinations together with her hands. Like she don't throw enough kicks to me, but she'll throw some nice combinations. And we're talking about a fighter in Tate that's not really known for a lot of speed either. Yeah, she's quick with her wrestling, but wide stance and wide guard. You gotta look at Lauren Murphy's hands here. Like this fight's gonna be competitive here. He just said Misha for the win. Yeah, I know he gonna say Misha straight up for the win. Straight said Tate's wide open for shots, and Santos and Manon will smash her face up. Pancake Tate. Here we go. Yeah, I would put more Manon. I think Manon's style, her style would really disrupt Misha Tate, I think. And Santos as well. Like Santos, she got bricks for hands, and them bricks for hands, they gonna open up some wounds, man. See, I just think with Lauren, it would be more competitive because she's kind of slowed down. But it still could happen. Yeah, like Lauren could still go in there and piece her up. Because again, we gotta factor in weight. Is she gonna look off? Is her reflexes gonna be worse? The boss said they gave Tate the highest ranked, most beautiful fighter in the division to get her a title shot. They did. They sure did, man. And that's why I said in my video though, like they gave her this high rank fight, but if she wins, she doesn't deserve a title shot. She needs to fight one or two more fights. She need to fight either Andrade or Tate or Chookagian. She need to fight Andrade though, because Andrade is the one that said she would welcome her to the division for real. Because if she goes straight for a title shot after beating somebody that already lost to Valentina, I ain't really with that, man. I'm like, I'm cool with you coming down to the division, but you were number 10 at bantamweight. I said this in my video. You were number 10 at bantamweight, so you still got to work your way up. Ulysses said he wants Misha to win, so Valentina adds another body to the bag. Boy, that's gonna be I tell you what, man, that fight's gonna be that fight gonna be like watching the meat cleaver just cut up meat. It'll be like seeing that meat, when you're chopping up some um, tenderloin or something. That's what Valentina versus Tate's going to be like. Shevchenko Tate, yeah. Shevchenko Tate's going to be like when I'm like chopping up like steak or something, or not steak, but like tenderloin. I'm about to cook. James G said off topic, but if Ebos beats Waterson next, I think give her Dern for a rematch and a crack at top 10. I would say no, James G. I would say give Ebos the winner of Dern Torres. Like, or no, I know what you mean. Yeah, no. Give her the loser of Dern Torres. Yeah, give Ebos the loser of Dern Torres. Because Dern Torres, they're gonna fight in April. Yeah, give her that loser that fight. And then yeah, maybe a crack at top 5. Or give her the loser of Rodriguez Jeanan, which would probably be Jan Jeanan in that fight. Stray said Tate might beat Murphy, but she'll lose to Andrade, Santos, Valentina, and then she quits again. Yeah, I can see that, man. Yeah, if she, they knew how to play it though. They knew what they were doing. But like I said, that's cool if she wants to fight Murphy as a first fight, but do not give her a doggone title shot off of that one fight. Please don't do that. Like, it makes sense that, yeah, that's the safest fight to get into the division, but don't give her a title shot if she beats Lauren Murphy. You already got the gatekeepers in there, man. I already told you the gatekeepers are. You got to have Chookagian win or Maia win. And how do you jump up this far when you're number 10 at bantamweight? Right? That ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. I don't care if she take the fight, but hey, you got to fight somebody else. You don't get a title shot off beating Lauren Murphy. Good first fight to the division is, the point I was making in my video. Good first fight to the division, but not a good title eliminator. Definitely not a title eliminator. BJ said they did it for Andrade. Oh, come on, BJ. Andrade is different right now. Andrade was on a much better level than Tate was. Tate's been out the game for a while. She's coming off a hard loss. I know Andrade was coming off that close split decision to Rose, but Andrade was a former champion too. And she has a better win streak over the past couple of years while she was out. For Misha, I mean, she got beat up in that fight against Ketlin Vieira, and she was at the bottom. She's number 10. Whereas Jessica Andrade is like number 1 after losing the Rose. So if you move to another division, yeah, you should be able to go for, a title eliminator to that division because Andrade left strawweight at number 1. There's no need for her to fight down because she ain't been gone for like 5-6 years. She's still a high ranked fighter, right? But Misha's number 10 at bantamweight right now. She hadn't done enough at bantamweight or done enough at flyweight to jump ahead of other fighters. Yeah, Brian, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, Andrade has been the strawweight champion. After losing it, she was ranked number 1 or 2. Yeah, after she lost the belt, she fell to 1 or 2, and then moved to 115, 125, which still carries over. No need for her to fight down because her resume is good. Her credit is good. Whereas Tate, number 10, lost to Kelly Veria, out the game for 5 years. Oh no, you're not ready for Valentina yet. Lauren Murphy fight's just a break-in fight, in my opinion. If anything, it should have been, the lower level fighters, right? Like Rasso or Rujo. But we were already lined up. So Robot said Andrade has been showing her in her loss to Rose. She was winning when the time. Then time ran out. Big difference between Tate. Exactly. Big difference between Tate. Big difference. Andrade's credibility has been skyrocketing. Her stock is still high. Andrade always holds it down. Like, might come up short here and there, but she's like one of them stocks that's reliable to put money on. He might fall here and there, but they'll be back. Man, Andrade's resume is incredible. I'm just looking at Andrade's resume. It is incredible. Who else got a resume like this? Like, that just, stands out with like so many fighters across the WMMA spectrum. I got to do my top 5 toughest fighters, man, in like WMMA. Or I might just do the UFC first, and like, because it expands a little bit more off of WMMA, but I mean out the UFC. But her resume is insane. Andrade has most UFC fights in women's divisions. Yeah, while Tate was retired. Andrade had a better showing in her loss. Yep. The boss said they tried so hard to push Tate to a title shot 135. Now they're gonna do the same in a different division. It's so annoying. They just let her skip the queue. Yeah. That's what I don't like. Like, again, yeah, if you want to fight at 125, I just make the argument. It's okay, but do not let her skip the queue. Because I already got my eye on Taylor getting that shot. Taylor needs the shot before Tate. But if you want to give Tate the shot, go ahead. Valentina going to retire, so that's all right. Give Santos some more time to, sharpen her sword for the battle. Because Santos is going to be the real battle. I think Santos is going to bring a tougher test than Misha will. Who's a tougher contender for Valentina to face? Who's going to be her toughest title defense? Taylor or Tate? We know the answer to that. TJ said the UFC trades on name recognition, so I'm not shocked. Yeah, we know. Yeah, they do. See, Andrade was bringing the name and some good credit. You know what I mean? Like, it made sense, but it's like, come on. Like, they better not do that either. They better not give her a title shot. James G said Holly has a good resume too. Hasn't won most of the hard fights, but fights the best. Yeah. She got a good resume. I mean, she got good names on her resume. But I mean, when you look at somebody that's winning, good portion of winning and just being dominant, shoot, Andrade just stands out. I mean, Holly Holm got that one big significant win that makes, everybody look and remember it, which is Ronda Rousey. But when you look at Andrade, her just overall resume, Pacheco, Rocky Pennington, Claudia, Tisha, Joanna, Rose twice, Valentina. Oh man, it's just like a lot of names: JoJo, Angela Hill, Jessica Panay, and then just the fashion that she beat some of these fighters. It's a good resume. So yeah, Andrade definitely earned her spot to get to the title faster than Tate. Ulysses, I wonder when they will announce the fight with Santos, 74, 75. Valentina won't wait more than that. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know, man. I'm thinking like 74 because 73 has some card out already, right? It has some of the fight cards out, right? Uh, yeah, TJ, I'm going a little bit longer, I guess, see, because I really don't have anywhere to go today because it's ice out here. There's a warning not to leave the house today because the ice is bad out. So I'm really not going anywhere. So I'll be on here another 20. Let's see. Santos doesn't even want to fight Valentina, it seems. I wish she would say her name. That's the only way you're gonna get a title shot. I think uh, hold on. That's the only way you get the title shot. That's Juliana Pena. BJ said, "Damn, Taylor got up there and ain't calling the champ. I bet Manon, Casey, or Montana would." Yeah, and only one of those is probably going to really win, and that's Manon. BJ, I gotta throw that in there. They said that Andrade is the first woman to get a stoppage in 3 divisions. She is, yeah. She stopped a lot of people. She is because she's the only one that fought over 3 divisions like this and looked good. Yeah, it's no bad out here, man. I mean, I didn't get snow. I got ice, and that's worse. I got a lot of sleet and hail. I got not hail, but just like sleet and rain mix. I got a lot of that, and it was like 27, so the roads iced over, and I couldn't even get like the layer of ice off my windshield. It took like 15 minutes to just get like it, maybe a little portion off. But I ain't, like I said, I ain't going nowhere. I just been starting my car. V. Kendra said, "Has Manon ever called out anyone?" She called out Marina Moreau. Um, who else did she call? I haven't really heard her call anybody out, but she'll fight anybody. I haven't really got the vibe where she's talked. She just performs. Oh, hold on, I got a question. TJ got a question. He said, "What do you think of Zapatella's chances at 125?" I talked about that Saturday. Either way, I talked about Saturday, but I don't like her chances, TJ. I don't think her chances are very good, TJ, because the way she was handling Del Boney lets you know that she won't be able to handle a big, tall striker at 115. That's why whenever she jumped ahead and was like, after this fight, I'm moving up to 115 in the UFC. I don't know, man. Because I don't know if she has that type of strength and power to hurt these fighters at 115 in the UFC. I mean, if you lose to Del Boney and Invicta at 105, how far are you going to get in the UFC at 115? Like, do you really think you'll out wrestle Zhang Wei Li or outstrike Rose or Marina Rodriguez? Or will you ever get to that point? Will you be able to beat Montserrat Ruiz in a wrestling match? I don't think her chance is that good right now. I mean, at 4'11" and just her build and her style, I don't think her chances are that good, TJ. I mean, what do you think? Yeah, but no, I don't really get the vibe where she needs to do a lot of talking or call people out right now. She just needs to keep fighting. I mean, she did call out Marina on the lower level, but no, I don't think that she needs to. You don't really need to call anybody out right now. Just keep fighting. Do you think Santos gets the title shot right now? Does she need one more fight? Mm, I'm gonna be. If I go with my gut, I would give her one more fight. I know a lot of people want somebody, new, but I would give Nabosh. I would give Taylor one more fight. For one, because she didn't call her out, and I want to see somebody give Valentina a tough fight and possibly win. Not just give her two good rounds or 1 round or 3 rounds. Well, yeah, 3 rounds. That's beat her. Yeah, you give her 3 rounds. That means you beat her. But no, I want somebody that can give you a good fight. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna say, give her one more fight. Now, if she gets it, I'm gonna be like, okay, let's watch. Wait, I'm gonna say, one more fight. I mean, what do you think, Nabosh? I mean, one more fight, or is she ready? Oh wow, man. I hope you good, TJ. Hey, he said just got out. I hope you good though. I hope you didn't have too much of a bad experience. I think BJ yours was just lost a taste, right? No, Australia, not yet. I'm gonna watch it tonight. I heard about that. I heard about the decision. I'm gonna watch it tonight though. I'm gonna watch that card tonight, and then I'll probably talk about it in the next stream or video. Yeah, heavy hitters. I missed that too, man. There's a lot of going on. I heard that somebody got robbed, right? But I'm gonna watch it. B. Kendra said Casey will get KO'd soon. That girl is so open and scary. Yeah, Caitlin Chookagian would like have a field day with that type of style. TJ said they got me on inhaler. Shortness of breath has been killing me the past 2 days. Damn, man. Oh wow, straight. Come on, man. Don't tell me that, man. Bladder cancer 3 years ago, and I thought I beat it. Found out 4 days ago, and it's back. Definitely don't. Oh man. Oh wow, man. So you got to gotta send some prayers out to y'all, man. Hey, I hope y'all get better soon, man. Just wow, man. I hate hearing that type of stuff, y'all. Yeah, I hope both of y'all, get better, man. Wow. Yeah, send out your everybody like I usually do in my chat. Send out your healing prayers and healing energy to Australia and TJ 347, man. I hate hearing that type of stuff, man. I'm gonna pray for y'all, man, for real. Mm. If anything y'all need, man, let me know, man. We try to do a little thing and take up some money for y'all or something, man. I mean, I don't have a super chat, nothing like that, but I mean, hey, I'll send it out to y'all. Yeah, always sending out my healing energy, positive energy to y'all for that, man. Wow. Throwing me off here, man. And that 19, man, it has some very weird effects on different people. I've seen it have very different effects over women, over the past year or two now. Since it's been around, I've seen it have very different effects on women, like some ways a little bit worse. But overall, it's just had different effects on everybody. Had somebody, in my workplace that had cancer, and I think they were about to kick that, but they actually died from the 19 because they got that as well. So, yeah, it has its ways of like sneaking in on people and just taking their lives. So yeah, I hate to see anybody with that, man. Mm. Definitely wishing y'all the best though, man, this time. Mm. But let's I know y'all don't want to spend that time feeling that way, but let's jump back into the fights real quick, man. Let's see. Let's see what y'all saying here. Yeah, it really ain't nothing to play with, Marcus. It's really not. Like I said, some people they get through it quick. Some people they have it for a while, and later on their breathing is not the same. So I try to give some of these fighters a pass, like as well. Like, Calvillo had it, Nunez had it, Manone had it, and it really kind of makes you feel different from what I've heard. And like I said, some women it's affected them in like long term ways, long term effects. But yeah, let's see. TJ said, "I just need the goat to beat Pena." It's possible, man. I mean, it's possible she could do it. It's possible she could do it. I mean, I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with 50-50. I'm gonna go in 50-50. It's just that she was able. Pena was able to take uh Nunez out of her game, man. Oh yeah, 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 man. Yeah, Australia. You're welcome, man. Thanks for the thoughts. Yeah, anytime, man. Need you in here. Need you strong and all your points that you come through. Oh man, BJ said his mom and aunt are nurses. They told me that's important. He said, okay. BJ said, TJ, deep breathing till you cough. Mm. I need to keep in contact with you and BJ if it ever happens. My way. I'm praying it don't, but you know, every little thing helps here. Robot Chicken said Pena won't be champion for long. Nunez underestimated her, but I think Home can beat Pena, even Chidi or Aldana. Yeah, style wise, I think Home would have a better chance of getting that belt. Yeah. Look who we got in the building. Good thing I stayed on a little longer, TJ. TJ's Stamina, what's going on? Stamina, if you just came in, send out your healing energy to Australia and TJ 347 in this time. I mean, Australia, he's got some medical issues going on. I mean, if he wants to explain it again, he can. And TJ is coming off of that 19. So yeah, I just want to fill you in, fill everybody in on it because that's what we come to do over here, talk, right? So TJ said, ladies and gentlemen, I have now transitioned this into hour 3 of this brief live stream. I can't ever get away. I can't ever get away. I said I was going to get away like 40 minutes ago. Like I said, that ice is making it difficult, so I'm not going anywhere now. V. Kendrick said Pena walked down Nunez like Had to walk down Giga. Yeah. Giga didn't quit though, man. That was a whew. I'm gonna have to watch that fight again, man. That was a good fight. That was a good main event to kick off the new year. MMA Art said I really think Pena beats Nunes again and probably GDR. The only threat in the division is Holly and Pena. What's crazy is that Pena was out striking GDR at points. You know, I know BJ he saw that. Pena was out striking GDR at points, and I'm looking at GDR striking. I love her striking, but I said, man, like Pena's getting off good left hooks on GDR. Like GDR won the first good round, then Pena won the second, and then um, Pena started to come back a little stronger in that third round and started landing. I was like, man, like she's actually backing GDR up here. Then she got reckless and went into that. Um, she went into that guillotine. You know, yeah. Stammer said GDR's never won for volume. Yeah, she's committed to her 1-2 and her. She's more about precision and power, accuracy, counter punching. I think that's where Holly would be able to capitalize on Pena. You need volume. You need volume, I think, to beat Pena. Actually, what Nunes had would work if she would have mixed it up. Like Pena was uh, getting her front leg chopped down by Nunes. Nunes was hitting her with some nice leg kicks and dropped her with a push kick in the first round. She just started trading. Like if she would have committed to being a counter puncher, or even just setting up shots and stepping side to side and not trading, Nunes probably would have won. Yeah, Kendrick, that was a good takedown. That was crazy diving, man. I was like Carlos Spar's on another level. Yeah, B just said Pena was working GDR. Yeah, yeah, she was. The second round, then into that third round, GDR started slowing down a little bit, so she started, coming on stronger. I don't know, man. I don't know, like Nunez's mental game here. CJ said it's sad when we're talking about a division in which people are nearing social security age are real threats. I mean, you ain't lying. I mean, like this division, man, like I ain't one to lie. I put it you put it raw. But it's like I said too before. I mean, it's a ghost town, man. Like it's dry. And we're really as fans, we're just happy to see Pena taking over now. But when it comes down to it, the overall division still needs new blood, right? It still needs new blood. Like we had a changing of the champions, but we still need to add new fighters in there. Because Pena, she's been around a minute too. A lot. We talking about a lot of fighters in here. Pre Ronda Rousey era. But some of these other fighters, they're just not all the way up to the level of. They're not worthy of it. Is my point. Macy Chason couldn't make the weight. Lost at 145 against an old head in Roxy. Julie Avila right now is out because of injury. I think the only one we really have is Carol Rosa on the come up. They won't sign Tanisha. Carol Rosa is really like the only one down there. We got Panty in there, but she's uh, still developing. She's been in here for a minute now. But I mean, it's just far as like new blood, there ain't really none there. I think that's the most exciting thing that's happened for the division is Pena taking it. Yeah, MMA art. Yeah, Nunez's pace is gonna always be disrupted by the pace of Nunez's pace is always gonna be disrupted by Pena's. Yeah, Kendra. Yeah, Pena got dropped by that first leg kick, and then she got shaken up by some of them power punches, and then she got kicked in the with the front kick, push kick, and got dropped, and that's where Nunez failed. I think that's where Nunez failed because she went to the ground. She let Pena lure her in to the ground, and that's where she failed. Yeah, yeah, TJ. I get sick of that too. Like the new talent needs to be weeding out these fighters. Like I need to see where they could put Carol Rosa now. I gotta see what they do with Carol Rosa. There was in 5 bantamweights that the UFC needs to sign. You have Brittany Cloudy on the come up. We'll see where she goes as well. Then you had Haley Cowan. I think she still needs some work. She got a finish the other night in Invicta, but I still need to see a little bit more from her as well. Shoot, they might need to do a tough house with bantamweights again. I mean, what do y'all think? I mean, we talk about the flyweights, but flyweights have got a lot of fighters now. Flyweights don't really need a tough house. I think they need a tough house for bantamweight. Bring in some new fighters. B. Kendra said Nunez must really have some power. I've never seen Pena get dropped or even wobbled. Yeah, she's got power. Yeah, that power is insane at 145. And I think that's what really, really did damage to Felicia Spencer. I think that fight did a lot of damage to Felicia Spencer because she took some big hits in that one. Ravioli said, didn't GDR wobble Pena? Yeah, Pena. Yeah, she did. She wobbled her with like a right hand, right? And she took it well. She took it well. Oh, Mingbo versus Jing Nam. Yeah. Jing Nam. I still gotta watch these fights tonight too. Yeah. Marcus said watching these older ladies compete is like grannies play bingo in the nursing home. Yeah, we're about ready, man. We're about ready for some new fighters in the bantamweight division, man. Let's go ahead and look at it real quick. Like, who do we have that's hopeful? 135. Where are we at? At 135. I don't know why they have Norma Dumont here. She's a featherweight. Avila's out because of an injury. We got Carol Rosa, and we got Panny. I'm gonna put those two on my list of being able to get there. Panny's been around a while though. Lena Landsberg, she's one of the olders. Macy Chase on just lost. McMahon's one of the older ones. Tate, Pennington, Konoskaya, Ladd. I mean, Calaveria. Aspen Ladd's like one of the young ones, but can't even make the weight. Aldania's probably a hopeful one, but she's been around for a minute. Holly Holm is one of the ones been around here. Nunez, Pena. So out of 15 fighters, you really only have 3 hopefuls. I say Avila, Rosa, and Panny. That's wow. That's crazy. 3 out of 15 fighters. Yeah, BJ Yana's still there, but I mean, so is Pennington. Yeah, Stamina said Panny and Avila are his hopes. Mine are Panny, Avila, and Carol Rosa. Carol Rosa's strong, man. Straight to Josiane Nunes might cause problems. Josiane Nunes is is her next fight at is it 125, right? Josiane Nunes was like a little powerhouse in there. But I mean that was Bea Malecki, but I mean she got some power. Bea Malecki. Where's she at? Josiane Nunes at 125. Where is her neck? Who's her fight? I know it. Don't tell me who she fight. I know who it is. Wu Yanan. Yeah, she's fighting Wu Yanan. Yeah, Ravioli. I didn't like that either. Carol Rosa, she gave Betchko a mercy. I mean, that was her last fight, but yeah. Yeah, Carol Rosa's tough. Yeah. I think Carol Rosa's going to be one that's going to rise up here. If Avila can get over the injury, the knee within the next few months or so, she'll be back in the mix. I think she learned a lot from that Sarge fight, though. You can't just go in there bang. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm about done here, man. Let me get on up out of here. I already went over my time. I gotta go eat something now. Hold on. TJ said BJ talked to me about Agaba versus Moreau. That's gonna be good. Man, BJ might have to get on stream and talk about that fight because that's a good one. If Moreau shows up, I mean, right? Jesse just needs to show. Stray said Jesse just needs to show something big against Edgar. In my opinion, I'm not sold on her yet either. Yeah, Jessica Rose, like the momentum I used to see behind her was like, it was there before, but injuries kept her out, and now it's just kind of died down. Even with that win over Jocelyn Edwards, BJ. That's a good fight though, if it happens. All right, Stray said he got to go too. He said lunchtime here. He got to eat that rabbit food. Oh man, hey man, I feel for you, bro. But hey man, like I said, take it easy, Stray. Hey, we sending those healing prayers your way, man. You'll get through it, man. Yeah, I named Rocky Vicky Indra, but I wouldn't. I'm I can't really say she's hopeful no at this point. Uh, TJ said, "Does it happen?" And I'm leaning more towards no than I am yes. Let me put it that way. If it happens, I think Moreau has a good chance, though. Go look at. I tell you what, TJ, I want you to do this. TJ, go look at Moreau's IG right now. Go look at her IG right now, and you tell me if the fight's gonna happen. That's all I'm gonna say. TJ, BJ, go look at all of y'all. Go look at Marina Moreau's Instagram right now. Y'all tell me if you think the fight is gonna happen, or tell me who you think's gonna win. Brian wants to talk about fight IQ. Jocelyn Edwards is zero. Hold on, let me pull it up. Brian Williams said, talk about fight IQ. Jocelyn Edwards is zero. All the talent below IQ. That's a good example of yeah, of a lot of talent, but low IQ. Because I seen some of her early fights. I was like, she's got talent, man. But then I saw that fight against Carol Rosa. I was like, oh my goodness, she's getting destroyed. Got busted up in that fight. And then she just got laid and preyed on by Jesse Jess. V. Kendra said Rocky Penix has one of the best chokes in WMMA. Honestly, remember her bulldog choke. Yeah, she's a good bulldog choke. I like her clinch game is good. I like her jab too. You know, some people get bored of her clinch game, but it's like it works. Marcus said I'm gonna say nope, and that will be from Moreau. BJ said that fight would not happen. I mean, I pulled up her IG the other day and I was like, oh, I thought you was, what's going on here? Let me see. Hold on, let me look up Marina Moreau here. Yeah, I haven't seen any training footage. Eh, No, they don't really be kidding. I um I don't see any training footage from Marina Moreau right now. Let's see. I mean, yeah, she doing her thing, or she doing whatever here, but I really don't see any training here. Mm. Let's look at um let's look at Maria Agapova. Agapova been through a lot, but if she training hard, I gotta say respect to her, man. Like, yeah, you already can see here she grinding. Um, Agapova was grinding, so this win is going to go to whoever really deserves it. She's going through some things, but if she putting in the work, hey, she deserves it. Good, good gravy, man. I'm looking at Marina Moreau right now. I don't see anything. I don't see no strength and conditioning workout. I don't see no pads. I don't see no road work. I see her doing. Wait a minute. I see her hitting the aqua bag, or that round bag. I see her doing that, and I see her doing splits. I see a I see a picture of ATT. So maybe she's just doing this in her spare time. I mean, I just want to see her. That's what I want to see from a fighter, though. I mean, I don't want to just see all of this. I want to see some sparring or something. Your Instagram is still for fighting because that's what you say in the comment section. You say, I'm a fighter. I'm the UFC. Well, show us some UFC stuff. I want to see some behind the scenes of the fight. I want to see some behind the scenes of you building up to the fight. You know, that's just me. Like, you have a separate page for this stuff, but I want to see the fight game. That's just me. Yeah, yeah. If you can, like Wei Lee's Instagram, Wei Lee got a good Instagram when it comes to fight time. TJ says so. 11 cancellations. Yeah, this will be 11. This will be like 11 or 12, and I think this might be the last one. If they don't re-sign Caitlyn, then Marina better be up for not being re-signed. If they don't sign Caitlyn Chookagian or re-sign her or give her a new contract, then she's probably one that needs to be considered as well. Because at least Chookagian is fighting. Chookagian had more fights in the past, month or a couple years than Marina Moreau, or a couple months. I mean, a few 6 months. Yeah, I'm just saying, like as a fight fan, I would want to see like a nice balance of running, training, sparring. Yeah, Kendra, that was Caitlyn's last fight. If you go check out her post fight interview, she said she hasn't been signed yet. Dana said they haven't really even considered, or something like that. I'll go look at it again, but they haven't giving her a new contract yet. Mark said, "What universe is Chookagian worried about being cut? But KK is still in the UFC, as far as I know." Right, a bizarro universe, Twilight Zone. Was that you, Mark? You said that, right? You think Chookagian could beat Minone and Taylor, right? I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just want to know if that was you that said that, because that makes me say, hey, yeah, you see, Chookagian has good skills, right? She's one to worry about. You have to worry about her, man. That was you, right? You said Chookagian could probably beat both of them. And I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying, I just wanted to know, because uh, that means, they got to be on their game. Minone can't sleep on. She can't sleep on Chookagian. Like, I know her style would be like those wrestlers like Casey O'Neill. Hey, yeah, because there's a very much chance she could. I see her beat these big, strong fighters like Arujo, Maia again, and yeah, yeah. He said correct. I think Chookagian would rise to the challenge against the Minone and Taylor. Yeah, I think she would too. I think she would rise to the challenge. I'd be going for Minone and Taylor. Don't get me wrong, but um, I think she would. I mean, she really gets hyped for these fights. She's like, "Yo, it's a paycheck," and she said, "Hey, I'll fight everybody in the division." That's kind of been her record now. Her and Valentina are tied at 8. Is it 8 apiece? And Jillian has 7, right? Marcus said, "Yeah, UFC, they renewed. Ashley Yoder got a 4-fight contract, from my understanding, right? 4 or 6 fight." I I couldn't believe that, V. Kendra. I couldn't believe that she was a plus 200 against Calvillo. That's crazy. Did I pick Calvillo? Yeah. Did I? No. Can't remember, but I know. Let's see. Taylor would be the most difficult of the two, I think. Wow. Is it the style that makes Taylor the most difficult? Like her going to the ground, her strength? Like, you think is it just that style of her not wanting to strike with her? Yeah, because if you give Caitlyn a lot of room, she'll get comfortable, and she'll fall into a good rhythm. But if you're strong and you push her like a dog, man, you go in there and dog her. That'll be the fight that she doesn't want. Give her no space, right? Mm, 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 mm. All right, so yeah. All right, I'm done, y'all. I gotta go now. Like always, though, shout out to everybody in the chat. Like I said, definitely praying for you, TJ and Straya. Praying for both of you guys. Hope you guys recover, um, fully recover. And yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. And you'll catch me on Wednesday. Yeah, catch me on Wednesday. Be back on Wednesday for sure. And we'll talk it up. I gotta send out a link again on Wednesday, because I gotta get that smoke from BJ. He trying to give out smoke, so we gotta talk about Tate and Murphy. We gotta talk about that fight. Let's see. Mark said, "I think the strength of Taylor. I need to see Minone against some higher competition before I feel like she will be a real threat to Chookagian. I do think Minone is a true prospect, though." Yeah, All right, I can agree with that. Definitely can agree with that. Yeah, because I want to see what she looks like against I. Because I is experience. Yeah, BJ said I'll be back before Wednesday. We'll see. Let's hope this fight Jillian has booked is. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You said she got a fight book, right? Yeah, Andrea Lee. That'd be crazy if it was Aaron Blanchfield. Watch it be Aaron Blanchfield, BJ. I'm gonna be hopping up out my seat. I'm gonna be calling out smoke, BJ, if it's Aaron Blanchfield. You know that for real. But yeah, yo, let's get up out of here. Like always, Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe. Peace.